Do you have an eye for taking a dirty old chair and turning it into a beautiful piece that fits perfectly in your home? Or do you ever find yourself walking through thrift stores and your mind is just racing with awesome ideas?
Well, Jenny from First Rate Secondhand Thrift Stores knows exactly how you feel, and she's here to show us how to take furniture from old to new. Welcome back, Jenny.
Hi, guys.
No, I don't have that eye. So I'm glad you're here because you are going to show us exactly what you are doing, and it's sort of reupholstering, but for the thrifty, I guess.
Exactly.
Which is very fitting.
It's a great way to update your furniture for the holidays or do something new and creative with some piece of trash you find.
Okay.
Exactly. So
always digging through the garbage.
the chair I brought for you today was a mess. We had tried to sell it. I think it got down to like $3 and nobody bought it, but I loved it. I was inspired by a catalog chair that had a piece of art on it. There's the before picture. It had glue just everywhere.
Oh, wow.
It was grimy. It was pretty disgusting.
It's got a nice structure to it, though.
But it did.
Right.
It's a nice mid-century modern chair. So I cleaned it up. I decided to spray paint it because the wood was really rough. I used a matte finish spray paint because a shiny is going to show all those little imperfections. So I used the matte finish and then I roughed it up a little bit again because I don't like things that look too new.
Right.
If you want something new, go to Pottery Barn.
Yes, that's a good point.
That is like that chair looks like a complete 180 from how it started.
It's entirely different. And the catalog piece that I modeled it after cost nearly $1,000.
Wow.
So what I did is I took this piece of art that we had in our thrift store and this piece of furniture we had in our thrift store. I created a template that is the shape of the back piece.
Okay.
And that helped me to decide where I wanted to cut out the piece of art. Now, if you don't want to use a piece of art, you could use your kids' art. You could use a poster.
That'd be so
You could use
cute.
something photocopied off the internet.
That's such a good
You
idea.
can blow things up or reduce things down and get a totally different look.
Okay, so what you're saying is for this, you just trace the back of the chair?
I trace the back of the chair, and then this helps you to decide, you know, where do I want to cut
Right.
it off. Okay, so then I used Mod Podge to attach it to the back.
Which is like a lifesaver.
It is Mod Podge and duct tape. That's about all
Right.
you need in this world.
You attach the artwork to the
I
back.
attached the artwork directly to the back of the wood.
Okay.
This was after I spray painted. And then I found a men's shirt that I really liked the look of with the artwork. And I'm kind of a dork. I really liked that the picture on the back of the chair is naked, but the chair is dressed.
Right.
That is clever. You're so funny. Okay, I still have a couple more questions.
Okay, go for it.
Once you've applied the piece of artwork, which you did, and your chair looks beautiful, and you've Mod Podged it. I haven't done a lot of work with Mod Podge. Is it sort of like a shellac? Does it?
It's a combination glue, shellac, or polyurethane product. You can also use white glue and use some rub-on polyurethane. I am very much a use what you've got kind of girl.
Right.
So.
And when you had cut it, did you cut the artwork exactly? Did you have a little bit
Pretty
of
close.
overhang?
There was a little bit of overhang, and then I used a sanding sponge to kind of rub towards the edge, and that makes it look like, you know, it fits perfect.
Right, and it makes it look like it's a little worn
Exactly,
too, because you don't like the shiny new.
Exactly.
And what I love about all of this is that I think oftentimes people get very intimidated by creativity, where they're like, I'm not very creative, I don't know where to get started, but I love the fact that you were just paging through a magazine, something caught your eye, and you said, oh, you know what, I think I could do that.
Yeah, I think that the skill with this project is more assembling all the parts.
Right.
You know, and that you can do over time, and then the actual project didn't take very long.
Well, and it sounds pretty affordable. And let's talk about dressing the bottom of the cushion as you did. You have some products over there that you would suggest?
Well, you could use a men's shirt. I brought a skirt here. This is a silk skirt
That's
that has
beautiful.
a beautiful pattern to it. I have a tablecloth. You could use a sweater like we did the last time. I found this rice bag.
Oh my gosh,
that's
that'd be
cool.
so
Wouldn't that be
cool.
awesome?
Yeah, that is cool.
Or a bathrobe.
You know what? It seems like the rice bag would be such a sturdy material. With the silk thing, do you think that'd be too thin? Do you think it'd wear
would be
through?
pretty thin. I wouldn't use that for a dining chair. I would use it for something that you're just going to use.
Decorative,
occasionally. Yeah.
And now you're going to show us how actually to do it.
Exactly. So
I love it.
with
You've
this
given me
one,
and Amanda
I found
guns.
a T-shirt, and I spread it across this. This is what the base of the chairs usually look like.
Okay, but you
They're
have to
usually just screwed in with 4 screws. So unscrew it. If your padding needs a little bit of refreshment, you could use a mattress pad cover and just cut another piece to go over that,
That's
or
a good
comforter. With this t-shirt, I was a little unsure if it was going to be quite wide enough, so I stapled it on a little bit before I cut it.
I see.
Okay? So then all you do is you wrap it up like a present. So I would start with the straight edges.
Just making sure it's super
Yep.
tight.
And you're going to use, this is an electric staple gun.
Scary.
And Amanda, you've got the manual.
All right.
You can also use a regular stapler if your fabric's really lightweight.
Woo!
You did it.
Nice. And you know what? And I think reupholstering in general can be very scary.
Yeah.
But I mean, when you just break it down like this and say, hey, you know what? You can just use a staple gun and have fun with it. And that's what I think this is all meant to be, is just to have fun. And if you screw it up, you know what? You can come back and get a different chair.
Exactly.
And try it all over again.
I like how casual you are about it. I'm just
gonna
blowing
keep
things
doing
up and asking questions. All right, we actually have to go now, but thank
Okay.
you so much. This is so fantastic. And we'll have this on our website so people can go through and watch this again, because it's a wonderful project. Jenny, thank you.
Absolutely,
Yes,
my
thank you
pleasure.
very much. And make sure to visit First Rate Secondhand Thrift Store. They are right on Speedway, and their number is 327-5252. Or you can go online to firstratesecondhand.org. That's the number 1, ST-rate, the number 2, ND-hand.org.
And coming up on the Morning Blend, an afternoon of jazz and blues, drinks and hors d'oeuvres. But first, a morning of R&B.
And if you need something unique for that hard-to-shop for person on your list, we'll point you in the right direction for one-of-a-kind gifts after the break.